Hello and good afternoon. This is the Dubai Future Accelerators team. Can you all hear me? Maybe you can unmute your mic and just say a quick hello as we get ready for everyone to join.
Hi there, yep, we can hear you.
Hi, yep, I can hear you.
Hello, I can hear you.
Hi, I can hear you.
Fantastic. If anyone is having any problems with their connection or they cannot hear me clearly, just please write in the chat so we can have a look at that to make sure that everyone is on board. We're just going to wait a few more minutes and then we're going to start with the webinar today. And we're going to be meeting the future team of the Knowledge and Human Development Authority so we can talk about the challenge for the future of education.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, KHDA team. I think you can put on your screen a little bit lower.
Yeah, much better. Okay.
That's great.
Hello.
Hi. You are all trying to fit into the single screen. Selfie.
Veronica, we're all here, so we can start the meeting anytime.
Great. So I guess we can start, and I'm going to be sharing a screen, but I think since we have a video on the Knowledge and Human Development Authority team, we just really want to say we really welcome you, and this is the future team, and we're going to have an hour to really discuss the challenge that we have for cohort 7. So really great to have you guys, and thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you so much for KHDA for taking the time. I'm going to start with sharing my screen so we can start with a presentation and then we'll switch back to KHDA. So each one of them can have the opportunity to introduce themselves. And for a little bit of housekeeping, if you can mute your microphones, and if you want to ask a question, you can either raise your hand as part of the chat or just send a quick message and then mute yourself so we can all have a clear sound. And okay, so here we go. So definitely welcome to our webinar and Happy New Year's 2020 to everyone. I really hope everyone has had a really great start. We are here at the Dubai Future Accelerators team. We're really excited to host this webinar. As you can see, we're going to record this webinar and we're going to be sharing it with you. So you can have this on record, and we're going to be sharing it with RSVPs to the webinar themselves that couldn't make it. And just for a bit of an agenda, so what's going to happen right now is we're going to have an introduction about the Dubai Future Accelerators. You're going to get to have a chat with myself and my colleague, Natasha. And then we're gonna dive straight in, and we're gonna be talking with the Dubai Knowledge and Human Development Authority. We're gonna discuss the challenge. We're gonna talk about the deadlines for the application and the application process, as well as answer any questions that you may have. So for a round of introductions right now, so there's on the call, there's going to be myself. So my name is Veronica, and I'm a program manager with the Dubai Future Accelerators. And we also have Natasha, my colleague.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm also a program manager for the Dubai Future Accelerators program.
Great. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you are able to get a direct introduction with the future team from the KHDA.
Yeah, we just yeah.
Hello. Hi everyone.
Do you want to do a bit of a round of introductions, or should we just dive straight in, as you like?
Yeah, I think as long as we'll have a quiz to ask who's who at the end, then we're fine. I think it will be hard to remember the names, but we can throw in our names. I'm Hind.
This is Michelle. Hi.
Guido. Here's Abdullah. Here's Ahmed.
This is Maya.
And Hajar. And
Wonderful. We're really lucky to be working with such an exciting team, and thank you so much for all making it. I will go back and share my screen again, and the list of names of everyone that we're speaking with, and we can just next. So we really are excited. So here, the Dubai Future Accelerators, it's an initiative that has been launched by the Dubai Future Foundation, and this was launched back in 2016. And we're here running cohort 7. So in the last 3 years, we've run 7 cohorts based here in Dubai, an initiative for the government of Dubai to be able to facilitate the discussion between startups and government entities. And the vision behind His Highness was to be able to, the vision that drives the Dubai Future Accelerators is that the future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. And this is exactly why we enable this collaboration with startups and government entities, because we truly believe that if we enable this co-creation and collaboration, we can have a much greater impact, and we can accelerate the use of technology and innovation to best benefit obviously the world and the planet, and starting from Dubai. And as you can see, we have the Dubai Future Accelerators is this 9-week program, and we basically create a space during 9 weeks where startups and scale-ups with any kind of innovative solution and products from all around the world, everyone comes and congregates in Dubai for these 9 weeks to be able to collaborate with government sectors within Dubai government. And specifically what we're doing and what we're focusing on, we're co-creating and testing solutions for predefined projects that we, in the DFA, we call them challenges. And what does it mean to co-create? It means that this is the kind of government accelerator that enables a startup or a scale-up to literally work side by side, a government entity and their teams, to be able to identify how they can best work at a government scale and how to best use their technologies to create much impact. So it works a little bit different than a traditional accelerator. And as you may know, selected applicants get invited to a 9-week in-residence program. So we're going to be welcoming you here in the city of Dubai. For most of you, it will be your first time. And it's a really exciting place to be in. 2020 is a very inspiring year. We're preparing for the expo. We're preparing for a lot of changes and a lot of exciting mandates that are coming from the government. And it's a very exciting time to be here in the city. And as you know, we cover travel and accommodation for up to 3 full-time team members for every team that is selected for the program. we do not take any equity in any of the teams, and at the same time, we do not provide any investment or funding. What we do is we provide the support to bring you and your team in for the full 9 weeks to work side by side the government entities. So what happens during the cohorts in Dubai? What happens during these 9 weeks? As you can see, this is some of our, a snapshot of one of the spaces that we have. You get to work hand in hand with your partner organization, which is the future team, to really understand, first of all, what is the challenge? So what is the challenge for the future of education? And you really get to meet not only the Dubai Future Accelerators team, but the ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship in Dubai as a whole. And what's more, as you know, there's 2 phases to the KHDA program. And the second phase is fully focused on product deployment and product integration. So you get the opportunity to test your solutions and to be able to prove that your solution can have an impact within the selected school or university or education solution provider that you decide to partner with. And at the end of the 9-week program, we have a closing ceremony where your company gets to have the opportunity to present the traction and the impact that you've been able to have to senior decision makers within government entities and within the Dubai Future Foundation itself. We also provide workshops. We have a deep dive into what is the local business culture, what does it mean to work in the Middle East, what is the opportunity of working in Dubai, to be able to access the rest of the region. We support in setting up an office in the UAE. We connect you to our local partners to discuss more about the setup, the licenses, regulations, and the cost of being able to set up an office or subsidiary or headquarters here in Dubai. We also are able to arrange, and we work with local and regional media. So we arrange communications and PR workshops. We definitely introduce you to the journalists and the media that come to cover the work that we do here at the Dubai Future Foundation. And we also offer branding workshops to how best to position yourself as a brand, and not only, but how to best position yourself when discussing with a government entity or doing this type of work. Also, we do support the companies with business development. You have full access to our ecosystem called Area 2071. Once you do get selected, and we'll tell you a lot more about Area 2071, we have a full range of community events. You can not only attend the events, you can also host events and are able to create a much wider network and impact, and also tap into doing some knowledge sharing. And we also facilitate investor introductions. This is primarily to get feedback, but we do not guarantee that there's going to be a fit. But we do have a wide investment network partners who are always excited to come and meet the companies and give feedback. So we range from anything from angel investment groups up to venture capital firms that are interested in investing in early stage Series A and Series B here in the region. So a little bit more about where is our co-working space located and what is Area 2071. So for those that are not familiar with Dubai, as you can see, we're located in Emirates Towers, a very beautiful building. It is located in central part of Dubai, in downtown. And we have 2 spaces. We have the ground floor of Emirates Towers, and we also have the first floor. And they're both we're both under the Area 2071 ecosystem. We have a very beautiful space. It's very green, it's very dynamic, it's full of light. You have meeting rooms. We have a lot of peacocks surrounding the towers. You're going to be coming at the time where there's a great weather. So you'll be able to walk around in the gardens and see all the animals that we have and all the nature. And we also have a really exciting range of partners that you can also tap into, ranging from Emirates Airlines. We have Techstars, WAMD is an investment firm. P&G, Pfizer, DP World, GEMS Education, Mohammed bin Rashid Innovation Funds, EY. So we really believe in collaboration and we don't see anything as a competition. So we do welcome all sorts of partnerships as part of our ecosystem. And this is something that we're really, really proud of. And we're really proactive in always introducing the companies to our partners. And at the same time, we see a lot of the companies moving from the program to other accelerator programs. So this is a really nice way of how we enable your journey of startups joining the program. So now we're gonna get to the most exciting part, which is talking about the Dubai Knowledge and Human Development Authority, introducing the challenge, and also having a bit of an overview on the role of KHDA here in Dubai. So if anyone for the future team would like to start on a just brief introduction on KHDA.
Okay. Shall I challenge into Okay, so hi, I'm Hind, and just to give you a little bit background about KHDA. KHDA is a government entity, and government within Dubai. So we are a local government entity. UAE is formed from 7 emirates. Dubai is one of these emirates. So each of the emirates has its local government, but also we have a federal government as well. So we are a local government within Dubai. We regulate the private education sector in Dubai. That means we regulate the schools from K to 12. We regulate universities within the free zones and all the training institutes within Dubai. All of these institutes that we are regulating are privately owned and operated. So we're and this section in particular, at this point, influences the nature of our support within the DFA program, the Dubai Future Accelerator. So that's in a nutshell. The number of students within Dubai, we have more than 200 private schools. Students, the number of students is very close to 300,000. Training institutes are more than 1,000 training institutes within Dubai. So all of these numbers are also available on our website. So that's KHDA in a nutshell, and we'll be later on, once we are done with the introductions, we'll be happy to receive any questions that you might have about KHDA. So now moving into our challenge.
Yes, correct. And Hajar, do you want to talk to us a little bit about the challenge?
So, hello everyone. So with the challenge, what we are actually seeking is companies who can, let's say, help the ecosystem here in Dubai to enable Dubai to actually become a leader in a heart-centered education, an education that focuses on the heart and the well-being of an individual and of a community, and that contributes to the well-being of the planet and humanity as well. So companies who can, who have something that's working well, that they can bring a positive impact on the education ecosystem here in Dubai. Something that really challenges the status quo when it comes to education. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hajar. Thank you. Okay, so now we've heard about the challenge. We've had an overview on the KHDA. And we'll talk to you a little bit about how does the selection process work. Some of you have already proceeded to filling out your applications. We are currently under evaluation as well. So let's have a quick look. So the first stage is the written application. So you go on our challenge platform, you register on the platform, and you submit your written application. The second stage after that one is a phone interview. So the companies who pass the first stage, they're going to be invited to a phone interview with the Dubai Future Accelerators. So this is going to be a 15-minute interview with our team where we assess you on specifically 3 things. We assess you on the disruption and the technology behind your product. We have a look at your team, and we also look at the fit to the challenge for the government entity. And then following this, we have our third stage, which is a short list. So the short list is going to be a third stage of interviews where you will have a call directly with the government entity, which is the KHDA feature team. And this is going to be a bit of a longer call, more than 50 minutes. And it's going to be more about, as you saw, or as you will see in the applications, we really focus on what will you achieve, what can you achieve, and how can we support you to achieve within a pilot project, within creating that impact and having that product market fit during the 9-week program. So from our side, we recommend to talk about obviously the product, the technology, and what do you need from DFA as an accelerator, from KHDA as a regulator, and what will enable you to successfully implement your technology for the 9 weeks. Following that, we will have our final selection, and we will start onboarding the selected companies. Onboarding means that we have an incredibly talented team. We take care of the flights, the accommodations, the visas, and all of the logistics that makes this possible. Following that, we're going to be welcoming you here for up to three full-time team members to the program. And then we get to start the program. The start of the program for KHDA will be on the 1st of March. And prior to that, we're going to have a warm-up webinar, again with the KHDA, to clarify any questions you might have. And sometimes we actually get companies that are already thinking about getting in touch with the ecosystem here, thinking about their pilot projects, and they're already asking. They're very, very proactive. So we really encourage companies to be proactive prior to their arrival to the program. And we're here to welcome and support that. So that is the process for the DFA program. So now we're gonna open the floor up to any questions. So please feel free to raise your hand, and we'll just welcome any questions that you have.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello, Kusai.
Yes, just have a quick question. So what are some of the other decisive factors that Dubai Future Accelerators has to evaluate the companies? For example, does it matter how old the company is? Thank you.
From a DFA perspective, so we look at 3 different showcase a degree of innovation, that should be sufficient from our side. I'm sure KHDA has something to add to this.
Can you repeat it?
Oh, were we mute?
Yes.
All right, sorry. Okay, so I'll just repeat my answer. I think we were on mute, but from a DFA perspective, we look at 2 key aspects to see if you are to highlight on the selection of the startups. Firstly, fit to challenge. We want to make sure that the companies that are selected, they are meeting the challenge that has been posed. The reason we have challenge statements is because we focus on demand-based business development. And the reason we do this is because we want to make sure that the companies, the technology, and the talent that comes into Dubai is successful. And so basically, when we highlight projects which we are actively sourcing technology and talent for, so the chances of you being successful are higher. So this is why we look at degree of fit to challenge. And then secondly, we look at degree of innovation. So from our side, the more out of the box your solution is, the more exciting it is for us. And your direct question was about the age of your company. This is not a factor as long as you, at least for the Dubai Future Accelerators team, as long as your solution is able to fit the challenge and it is innovative, it is a good fit for the program. Would the KHDA team like to add anything to this?
Yeah. Thank you, Veronica. When it comes to the challenge, I'm just keeping an eye on the comments. So, for example, Stephanie is saying the technology is broad and it's not specific, and so we need to explain a number of things when it comes to the challenge posted by KHDA. One of them is that as KHDA, we don't. I mean, as a regulator, we regulate schools in Dubai. They offer 17 different curriculums. They have different operating models. They use different technologies. Why we're part of DFA when we throw in challenge? Because we really think that the startups, whatever technologies they are using that has an impact on learning, that has an impact on well-being, will add value to the schools. So we want to be the entity that will procure a particular solution. And this is exactly why our challenge is broad. We really want to challenge your creativity and how your solutions can fit into the educational landscape in Dubai. What we offer is we offer you a testing bed of 17 different curriculums, 200 nationalities, where you come in here. If your solution is picked up, if it's used in Dubai, it's very close to being used across the whole world, because that's it. You have all of this diversity and variety within a very small space, which is the city of Dubai. So mainly that's it. It's broad, yes, because we'd really like to see how disruptive and how innovative you are in crafting your proposal and how your technology will bring the change into the educational ecosystem here. Or your solution, not necessarily just technology. It can be technology and something else as well.
Perfect. Hind, thank you so much for explaining that.
You're welcome.
I think we also have a question from Trin talking about how would you say is the current use of IT in schools, and what is it currently used for, and what is the attitude towards IT usage from the larger education community?
Okay, so now when it comes, as I said, when it comes to this, we have more than 200 schools, and they vary. They vary based on the curriculum they're offering. They vary based on their technology uses. So you will have, on a spectrum, you will have schools that are extremely advanced when it comes to the use of technologies. There are schools that, there are schools that are part of a group. So it really, schools are using it within the daily operation of the schools. Schools that are using it within the classroom as a technology, the level of the students, how savvy they are in using the technology, the teachers, how savvy they are in using the technology. So there is no one size fits all. You will get everything here.
Great. Thank you so much, Hind, for answering that. We also have a question from Sona regarding MOOCs. Are there any plans for bringing that to Dubai. There is, from our experience, there are already a lot of educational online courses. Maybe the KHDA has more insights whether there is more activity and interest to bring MOOCs to Dubai. And obviously this would be more relevant to citywide learning as a whole.
I mean, as I said, based on the institutes, educational institutes that we are regulating, they vary in their use of technology. So yes, MOOCs exist here at a varying level. Whether it's a citywide thing, that's another thing. It might be relevant to the challenge. It depends really on your proposal and what you can offer with that. But yes, it does vary from one school to another. You have a citywide solution, share it. If we think that it's something that we can work on, yeah, sure, why not? And that's something that can be highlighted in the proposal.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hind. We have a question from Temitope Ola regarding schools and universities. Is KHDA challenge open to solutions beyond schools and universities, lifelong learning and professional education?
Hello. Yeah, it's open. Whether your solution is like, let's say, focusing on learners in schools or universities or postgraduate, I mean, it's open to all learners of any kind and any age.
Fantastic. And this is also relevant to, I mean, the question that we answered with Stephanie. It's definitely, as long as there is an education component, it can target students, teachers, school principals, formal teachers, as well as non-formal teachers, as well as formal students to non-formal students. We really want for companies applying to think big, because we do support ideas on cross collaborations, and we really always what we always talk about is learning is not only in the classroom but outside the classroom.
Exactly.
So if we go to the next question, we have our proof of concept products accepted, and this is from Sana. Sana, can you elaborate on the proof of concept that you're discussing? If you can make it more clear, can you let us know? We are familiar with you, but can you let us know where you're calling in from as well, please? You can unmute her. Hi, Sana.
I mean, generally, like you need an idea or a concept that can be piloted within the ecosystem here in Dubai. So because this actually needed to be like beyond a concept or an idea, something that you can maybe by the end of the program showcase and secure MOUs and letter of intent from the schools.
Yes, exactly, Hajar. And yes, we do welcome young companies, but we do want to, as part of the application, as you will see, it will actually ask you, have you been able to test your product previously within a school environment, or in general with your target audience, because we do want you to, as the program is focused on product integration and enabling you to pilot your product, we want companies that are ready to be able to execute pilots once they come. But definitely if it's at an early stage, we definitely do welcome that. On the next question, can we bring up the challenge slide once again, as to be clear we're all on the right page? Of course, if you just give me a minute. I will share my screen again. I believe, oh, you can't share my screen yet. So you can all see my screen, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. So the challenge is Dubai aims to be a leader in enabling heart-centered education that combines the benefits of technology with the best of humanity. And we are looking for companies to help create lifelong learning experiences that have the well-being at heart, that experiences that enrich us as individuals and as a community and subsequently as a planet. So this is the challenge of KHDA for cohort 7. Let me just go through the chat again. So hello from the UK. Hello. Are you looking to procure solutions at government level or at school level? Fluence team, can you expand on that question? I will unmute you.
Hi, it's Jay from Fluence team. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think in terms of thinking about how large the deployment of the solution you're looking for, are you looking at like tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of users, or are you looking at like something more personal where it's on a school level where maybe only hundreds of students interacting with the platform?
Or is it a consumer product? It's like
Yeah, or I guess are you looking, would it be available to all citizens? I guess just on understanding of how, who the user is, how big the market is, the sort of scale of the problem you're looking to solve.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for your question. Since, as I said, since the challenge is quite broad, it really depends on your proposal, your own perspective on how you can address it, and the solution, and your technology and the solution you are proposing. So we don't have, in this challenge, probably you've noticed, we don't have a particular problem that we are seeking your solution for, so we can answer saying no, it will be applied for hundreds of students or thousands and so on. But keeping in mind that a solution can be for a school, it can be for a group of school, or it can be for a citywide, but it really depends on your proposal and the capability of your solution / technology.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, so let's move. Yes, Guido?
No, I'm saying we're looking for something that could make a difference and have an impact. So we can't quantify in the spectrum of the 9 weeks what will be the impact. Say, when you will apply, if your idea has potential, we will consider into it. Maybe your pilot will be just one school. Let's say we're looking at an impact on the overall society, from school to long life learning.
Perfect. Thank you, Guido. Omar Rashad was asking about the proof of concept. I think we've covered that before. The deadline is January 15th. And please,
during the course of the program.
okay. Would you accept solution proposal, or do you need a proof of concept for the deadline?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, no, but that's a very good point, Natasha. So the deadline for applications is the 15th of January. As you know, as part of the questionnaire for KHDA, there is a section that asks you, will you be ready to pilot by the 1st of March? So let's say you are still working, you're still refining. One of the key questions is, will you be ready for the pilot by the 1st of March? So maybe you're still working on the solution, still working on developments and features. That doesn't apply to the 15th of January, but the application for the program is on the 15th of January. From Arun Kumar, as I understand, we're looking for a broad solution. Are there any timelines you're looking for these if the concept is accepted? I think we have just covered that. From Sana, successful pilots in Syria with the products, but it still needs improvements for the UAE. So Sana, as you were asking, yes, so if you've done successful pilots within a market, within an educational environment, then we provide that testing ground and that feedback and that support and that overview to be able to test that in the UAE. So it would qualify as a pilot project during the program. Mohammed, yes, we're going to be sending a recording of the webinar within the next few days, and I will be sending you an email to all of the RSVPs, not only the people on the call, but everyone that has RSVP'd as well. So I'll send you a recording of the webinar, which will be including the presentation slides. Stephanie is asking if we can share more about Area 2071 and how our program fits into that.
All right, so we just, at the beginning of the call, we briefly talked about Dubai Future Foundation. So the foundation, as Veronica mentioned, is developed on the lines of the vision of His Highness, which is to imagine, design, and execute the future. Within that vision, we also have Area 2071. Area 2071 is a digital and a physical space for innovation. You know, we talked about the location of our program, which is in the Emirates Towers. The Dubai Future Accelerators program is hosted at Area 2071. Area 2071 has numerous different programs running simultaneously, like we mentioned earlier, you know, the Microsoft Accelerator program, the TechStars program was also hosted here last year. And then, so basically, and there are also a lot of X Labs here. So we have the Aviation X Lab, which is the industry level X Lab with Emirates, GE, Thales, Airbus, working together towards the future of aviation. Similarly, we have the Pfizer X Lab, which is focused on the future of healthcare. We have the IBM Garage, etc. So Area 2071, in essence, is basically the digital and physical innovation hub of Dubai. I hope I've been able to sufficiently answer that.
That was great. Thank you, Natasha. We have a question from Maxime on what is the status of IT technology in music education at the moment?
I have no idea.
I mean, thank you for the question, Maxime. Do you have more of an explanation behind that? Maybe we can provide, if you can provide more context to your question.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So the context behind this question is that we have a platform that helps students to learn how to sing with app, where you have accompanist, digital accompanist. You don't have to don't have to have like a physical person playing in front of you. So and around ecosystem around this platform.
Yes. And now when it comes, if you are looking in general, an adaptation of such a technology by everybody, I mean, without having to anchor it within a school, that's something. Whether the accelerator will be the right place to launch such a technology from, or to explore with a pilot, I don't know. Now, when it comes to the schools and music, I mean, art is very important, and your platform definitely supports that. Schools vary in their interest in arts and delivering it as a core or delivering it as an after-school activity. So it really varies one school to another.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hind. Birinda Kumar has a very important question. Can the solution propose a change in the education system's curriculum, way of learning, and or the assessment process?
I mean, you can propose. It really depends on the proposal and how possible it is to implement. We need to keep in mind as well that the students who are currently within the system, they need, once they graduate, they need their diplomas, certificates, whatever it is, to be recognized by the existing authorities. But if the solution really challenges that, we'd love to have a look at it and see maybe with such a solution, it won't be a 9 weeks creation and implementation, and it will definitely need to go beyond that. But if you have something in mind, if you have such a solution, then I'll definitely encourage you to include it within that proposal. We'll be very interested to have a look at it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again, Hind. Raphael, greetings from New Zealand. It is currently almost midnight for you, so thank you so much for calling in so late. Is it possible for companies to participate in DFA more than once? Yes, it is. Yes, we have recurring.
Hi, Raphael. How's Amy?
Let me just.
Hi, how are you? Amy's going well. She's made a lot of progress. So
Excellent.
I think now we're ready to work properly with Dubai. That's why I'm back to see how everything's going.
Excellent.
And I miss Dubai and the lovely people there.
Awesome. Happy to know that you are progressing, and I think it will be really good to see your proposal this time. Yeah, and for the question about companies participating more than once, then I'll leave this for Veronica and Natasha to answer.
Sure, thank you.
All right. We welcome alumni. I mean, we have had many cases in which our alumni have come back to be successfully part of another program and to deliver another successful solution. So yes, there is no cap on how many times you can partake in the program. It really just has to be that you are a good fit to the challenge and you showcase a degree of innovation. And if you are a good fit, then you're always welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Natasha. A question from Vulture's case. So do you have any centralized education management system currently used by schools and parents?
When it comes, it depends. So if it's a group, then that's different. What I mean by a group, it's a group owning a cluster of schools. Do we have such a system in KHDA? No, apart from the students registration system where we have all the students and their data and the schools data as well. But it's actually managing the operations within the school, and this is something that we do not do. As I said, these institutions are privately owned and privately operated.
So they do not see the grades of the students, they do not see the assignments from a parent's perspective?
No, we do see the grades of the students once they are entered towards the end, but what's happening as an operation throughout the school, no. Each school have their own system. But towards the end, yes, the grades are logged into our system.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Walters, and thank you, Hind, again. Another question from Omar. We put an idea and developed that during the cohort. Is this fine? At the moment, as we're looking, our focus is to be able to do pilot projects. An idea is quite too early at this stage because we really want to be able for a company to come in with a solution that is ready to test and ready to have an impact with educational institution. So that would be, we do accept early stage companies, but idea stage, it would still need a little bit more of maturity for the program to make the most of the program. Can we elaborate when you say that solutions can be used outdoors as well? I believe that is regarding that not only we're looking at formal education within schools, but edtech companies whose solutions enable lifelong learning. So lifelong learning can start anywhere from when we have the capacity to learn up until elderly age. And solutions that can enable education within the classroom and also outside the classroom. I don't know if KHDA would like to add a little bit around that.
Well said, Veronica.
Thank you. Sona, let us know if that's not clear. Moving on, because we have a lot of questions. I tried to start. The page wasn't working. Stephanie, please do try again and do send us an email if it doesn't work. What would be the most effective ways of reaching out to schools and picking up communication with them? Trin. Perfect. Trin, that is a very valid question. So it's a combined effort. It's a dual effort. So the first 2 weeks of the program, from the 1st of March up until the 12th of March, is our business development, is our product market fit. So, and it's one where we encourage companies to come and meet with as many educational institutions as possible. So the KHDA and the DFA, we facilitate these kind of encounters in a variety of ways. But we basically arrange meet and greets where we invite principals and deans and teachers to come and meet with the startups. And we have an identified list of organizational institutions that are willing and able to work with startups and adopt new technologies. But that's the facilitation side. The other 50% is the savviness and the expertise that any startup has to do their own outreach in the market. And as part of the Dubai Future Accelerators program, and as being a company hosted by the KHDA, this is a great a business card. It's a great entry when you introduce yourself to any school. And KHDA, if you go to their website, they have a full list of all the schools that are operating within Dubai. And Temi again from Switzerland, is there a cap to the number of companies accepted to the KHDA challenge? Yes, so there will be less than 10 companies accepted for the challenge for KHDA. And Stephanie again from New York, and thank you for waking up. It's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. over there. And we will pick a later time for webinars for sure. Yes, thank you for that. And thank you for waking up so early. Does anyone else have any more questions for the KHDA team or here for Natasha and myself for the Dubai Future Accelerators?
Hi, Veronica. Yes, I have a quick question, please. How can we stay in touch with KHDA? Thank you.
Hello, this is Michelle. Good to see everyone here. Yes, you can stay in touch with us. We have this email address. If you write to us at futuristic@khda.gov.ae, you will be able to reach us. I'll write a message also in the chat so everybody can stay in touch with us. Hope that
Thank you
answers
so
your
much.
question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that question, and thank you, Michelle. I believe, any more questions? Does having a UAE Golden Visa help in getting accepted in KHDA DFA challenge? Sana, thank you so much for asking that. These are two very different programs. And the challenge for DFA is related to KHDA, and the Golden Visa is related to the personal entrepreneurial experience of the applicant themselves. So they're quite different, but definitely we welcome your application, and definitely happy to answer any questions around that. We have a question on validation of an idea. When we talk about an idea stage company, again, it is quite too early to be able to make the most out of the program. The program focuses on introducing you right away to business development, to be able to secure letters of intent with schools and universities, so that you have the approval and you have the support to deploy the technology. So if we have idea stage companies, they wouldn't be able to fully benefit for the program. And what we recommend is, if you're at an idea stage, definitely please apply for cohort 8 so that you can make the most out of the support. One thing to be very clear is the future team for KHDA and our full team here at the Dubai Future Accelerators, we are fully committed to supporting you into growing and into scaling your company. So it's definitely about evaluating it as when is the right time to be able to join a program like this. Because there's a really big team of people here looking forward to welcoming each one of you and being able to support the growth of your company and your journey. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for taking this call. I don't know if KHDA would like to add anything else to the webinar.
I would like to add something. I just wanted to, just adding to your point, Veronica and Michelle, this is for the startups in order to get a head start on the idea and how to sculpt the idea. If you guys would visit KHDA's website to know more about how KHDA works, what's KHDA's environment, KHDA's ecosystem. And it's because we have approximately 17 curriculums over here in Dubai, and we deal with a lot of schools, and all the ratings are available in the website. So if you guys could have a look about the schools and about the universities and the training institutes, so that you can get a better idea about KHD.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for adding that. Anyone else from KHDA would like to say a word or add anything?
Thank you very much, Veronica and Natasha, and thank you very much for everybody who joined us today. I hope we've managed to answer your questions, and if we haven't, Michelle has kindly shared our email with it, and we'll be more than happy to receive your inquiry.
Fantastic. Thank you, Hind. Thank you, all the KHDA team, and thank you, all the participants. We really look forward to your applications and look forward to seeing some of you in Dubai. Have a good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the different time zones. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will share a copy of the webinar to all the participants that have RSVP. Thank you.